Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo flying insect trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo flying insect trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
The alleged assassination attempt on Donald Trump could spark retaliatory attacks, a former Barack Obama aide has told our channel. The 45th president was seen with blood running down his face after the shooting at his rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday evening. Former White House Director of Global Engagement during the Obama administration, Brett Bruen, spoke to our channel about how the alleged attack could impact the upcoming election and the state of the country as a whole. Both from a sympathetic standpoint, from a symbolic standpoint of strength, it will have benefits for former President Trump, he explained. I think we've already seen just in the last hour or so how those associated with the campaign, including Don Jr., have accused the radical left of being behind the attack. I think there is a real danger here that we could see retaliatory acts of violence, and then the Trump campaign, those in the MAGA movement, really ought to reflect and reassess their rhetoric so as not to incite more attacks or violence. This ought to be a pivotal point where Americans recognize that our politics is geared into a really dangerous spot. The combustible style of communications that we employ both on the left and the right is what unfortunately leads individuals to act out, in some cases, in violent ways. Following the apparent shooting, Trump was rushed off the stage and sent to a local hospital, where his team confirmed that he was doing okay. One member of the audience was killed and the shooter is dead, according to Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger. He also confirmed that the former president was grazed by gunfire. Just hours after the shooting, Trump issued a statement where he said he felt the bullet ripping through his skin. I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania, Trump wrote. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. Despite the shooting having an obvious impact on the Trump campaign, Brett explained how President Joe Biden's administration also has to react at this time. I think on the Biden campaign side, it's clear they have to take a step back. They hold off their external communications, pulling down their ads. And they too will have to determine how best to proceed in what is a fairly unprecedented political environment in which you have one candidate that has survived an assassination attempt, who will be continuing their campaign, and another who is under enormous pressure to drop out. Whether or not the effect of this is that Trump ends up moving ahead in the polls, and that leads more Democrats to realize that a change is needed at the top of the ticket remains to be seen, but it definitely is in the realm of possibility at this point. President Biden issued a statement following the shooting, telling Americans that we must unite as one nation. I'm grateful to hear that he's safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those who were at the rally, as we await further information, he said. Later in the evening, Biden continued to condemn the alleged attack while addressing media from his home in Delaware. There is no place in America for this type of violence, Biden said, while repeatedly calling the shooting sick. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris issued a statement on social media sending prayers to Trump, his family, and anyone else injured or impacted by the shooting. Violence such as this has no place in our nation, she added. We must all condemn this abhorrent act and do our part to ensure that it does not lead to more violence. The Republican National Committee has confirmed that next week's convention will proceed despite Saturday's events. President Trump looks forward